morning, guys. Hey, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the vlog, Car Connections. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and post a quick vlog. Most of us today are actually driving our cars for free. I'm going to go into more details as to why I'm saying that and why potentially some of us are probably in a hole with the car or in a negative delta. It might be your chance to get out of that hole and get rid of your car. That way you're not carrying that negative amount that you probably carried over from your previous lease. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the Tesla right now and park her in the street. And then we're gonna take either the Durango Hellcat or the Charger Widebody out for a quick cruise this Sunday morning, Halloween. Happy Halloween, stay safe. And for you guys that have kids, be smart, check that candy. People are crazy nowadays. This car's so quiet. I'm still surprised by it. Let me park her up real quick. Again, what's cool about these cars, again, your phone is your key. All right, so let's go ahead and, which one should we take out, guys, on this quick, beautiful Sunday morning, Halloween 2021. Should we take out Hellcat, Scat Pack? You know what? Let's do a cold start on both of them. How does that sound? I'm gonna give you guys a treat. You guys a treat on Halloween. So let's do the cold start on this one first. Okay, that was fun. Now let's do this one. It's louder. You guys heard that one. This one has a mid muffler delete and the 5-inch tips. Much different sound than this for sure. Guys, so I think we're gonna go ahead and take out the Durango Hellcat today on a quick little trip and talk to you guys about what I'm thinking today and how a lot of us, including myself, it's happened to me. So this is not just for me just trying to throw some out there. It's happened to me where basically you go to the dealership and you end up trading your car, and what they want to give you for your trade is less than what you owe. A good example of that would be you traded in a car, and let's just say the car you traded in, you owed the bank, I don't know, let's just say you owed the bank $50,000. And when you came to trade it in, what you noticed is that they were only wanting to give you, say, $45,000. You still traded in the car, and so what that did is that put you basically in the hole, right? You have money that you owe, or a lot of people will say the term like you're underwater. Again, it just means that you're carrying over a balance from your previous car over to your new car. And what they do is they get that loan or that amount, and it becomes part of your finance, right? And so what they do is they tag it on, and let's say you get into a Scat Pack and your new Scat Pack was $60,000, they'll add that $5,000, so you'll end up financing $65,000, of course, plus tax, title, and license. So that's called being underwater in the hole. And what I'm here to tell you right now, for all you guys are underwater or have been in the hole, you guys literally have the time, rare time in the car industry right now where a lot of folks are actually not underwater. There's a lot of people that actually have equity, and equity is another term to say you have a positive amount on your car, which is on the other side, which is awesome. What about having that equity in your car is, if you traded in your car, call it a year ago or 2 years ago, and you were underwater, well, now you're no longer underwater because of the car market right now is so crazy that you could literally out of there and not owe absolutely nothing and potentially even make something. A lot of us right now, what I call it, and it's a hack, guys. This was a hack, believe it or not. This is not new, but it's probably more aggressive than ever before. But believe it or not, there were people out there that would buy cars and try to get them at a very, very, how can I say, discounted rate. And they would do this to purposely drive the cars for maybe 6 months to a year and keep the miles low on the car, to ultimately flip the car a year later and potentially maybe lose $500 or $1,000, sometimes break even, technically them driving the car for free. Now, I got to be careful with the word free, because when I say free, I mean free of payments, because as you guys know, you still have maintenance, right? You still have to do oil changes and tire rotations, and you still have to put fuel on your car, and you still have to pay insurance for the car. What I say from a free perspective is that you were paying a car payment on that car and you drove it, and at the end of, a year or whatever, back then you had the opportunity to trade it in and not pretty much be in the hole or underwater, because when you bought the car at the time, you got it at such a discounted rate, and the dealer was just trying to get rid of the car, that it worked out for you, which that's not happening right now. I'm talking about the hack that used to happen roughly about maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago, before COVID, where Dodge and some other manufacturers were offering massive discounts. There was times, I remember not so long ago, which I know we all miss, where we could get Challenger, Charger, Hellcats for like $10,000-$12,000 off MSRP. I believe those days are gone. I don't want to say forever, and I don't want to predict, but it's gonna be gone for a long time, guys. I don't see those days coming where you can roll up to the dealership and buy a car at $12,000 off sticker. That's going to be extremely difficult, and I don't know if we're ever going to see it. So that was the hack, right? That was, people were buying these cars fairly cheap, very low mileage, and then what they would do is they would flip these cars, if you want to call it, maybe lose a couple of $100 here and there. But who wouldn't like to drive a Hellcat, Charger, or Challenger for a couple of $100 on your payment, because you pretty much got all your money back? I think most of us would be like, sign me up. So what's happening in today's market? I think what's happening in today's market, it's different than what was happening in, like I mentioned right now, 2 years ago. What's happened now is there's people that probably bought these cars, say, not at a discounted rate, and they bought them, say, a couple of grand, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 under sticker, and maybe they weren't trying to do those hacks that I mentioned, and they got them at a, say, fair deal. Well, what's happening with these fair deals, they're becoming really good deals, because the car market right now is so crazy that people are paying crazy ass prices for these cars. So you didn't have to be a professional hacker of driving these cars for pretty much free, because of the car market right now. There's no need to even do that. I mean, again, you don't even have to do that anymore, which is pretty epic, right? I mean, again, if you are a person that's owned one of these cars, you guys know how much these cars can depreciate. They depreciate, you're talking about 20-25%. So that means if you would have bought a Challenger or Charger or a Durango or almost any car in the market, you will know, it's been proven time and time again. This is all before things have changed in the car market. If you would buy one of these cars, guys, you're talking about a $10,000, $12,000 hit. What that basically means is, well, most cars, what would happen is they would depreciate, again, substantially, a lot. Meaning the minute you drove it off that lot, you were losing 20%, which means it would take you about 2-3 years, potentially, of just regular car payments to break even on the car. And again, breaking even meaning you're not underwater, where you could probably trade in the car, free and clear without any issues, right? That's where things have changed substantially in the market today. It's changed so much that now you could actually drive these cars, and they're holding so much value that I could literally take this Durango Hellcat especially, which this car is not depreciating regardless. It wasn't holding its traditional depreciation of 20%. These are actually holding their value very, very well. I could literally, I bought this car for $86K plus tax, title, and license, and I could literally go and sell this car right now, probably to Carvana or Vroom or CarMax, and probably get like 95,000. Technically, again, driving the car for free, like literally for free. So, I mean, the reality, I guess the question would be is what should you do as an owner, right? If you own one of these cars and you're in the market, right? What you should do? Should you hold on to them? You know, should you sell them? It all depends, right? It all depends on, do you have the opportunity to sell the car? Do you have a spare car? Maybe you don't have a spare car, and that's not a good idea, right? Because then it's gonna be very difficult for you to find a new car because it's gonna cost you a shit ton of money to buy the new car, right? But if you do have another car, this is the time to sell the car because you're gonna get the top dollar, right? How long is this gonna last? You know, we just don't know how long it's gonna last, guys. That's the thing, right? Is you know, the chip shortage, not only that, the cars, there's a lot of parts within this car, guys, not just chips that are completely backed up. And you have a lot of the OEMs competing for the same parts because a lot of the manufacturers, believe it or not, underneath the skins of these cars, they all kind of share a lot of the different electronic components, believe it or not. They do. A lot of the parts come from Mexico or Canada, and they share a lot of the components, so they're all competing for the same parts, not just the chip shortages, which is making these cars extremely competitive, not only to build, but to sell. So it's complicating things. So the question is, you know, is it time for you to sell your vehicle? Or do you wait and maybe it's gonna get even worse where these cars are gonna go up in value? Maybe, who knows? Question for you, right? If you're thinking about selling your car right now, that's the question you should ask. Or do you continue to keep your car for another, you know, year and again, ride the hack, right? Again, I'm telling you, this is not clickbait, guys. You could literally drive these cars for free right now because the market's so hot. Here is the problem, right? And here is I don't know how much of this is real, but the reality is this will ultimately shift. This is not going to last forever. It is not, guys. Ultimately, what's going to happen is production is going to ramp up. It's going to catch up, and it's going to get to the point where there will be enough cars being built by the manufacturers where they can keep up with demand, and where there's actually surplus of these vehicles, which will then reduce demand, which means when the demand is reduced, your car's value will go down. When does that happen? I can't tell you. I don't know. It's difficult to predict those things, guys. No matter how much research you do, how many things you look at, it's very, very difficult to predict right now because nobody knows. So that's the thing that you have to look at, right? Is right now the time to sell? Do you believe that the car market is going to continue to become crazier over the next year? And if so, do you wait? Because you know, if you continue to wait and the market gets worse, your car value is going to go up. I mean, it just is, guys, right? Your car value is going to go up, which means, you know, you might have some regrets. And what do I mean by that is if you sell your car today, and let's say you would have made an additional $5,000, $6,000, and you drove your car for free, literally for free, and on top of that, you made $5,000, $7,000. What happens if 6 months from now, that car value has gone up another $5,000, $10,000? So you literally just lost another $5,000, $3,000, $4,000 because you sold your car too soon, right? The opposite, though, can be also stated that what happens if you don't sell your car right now where you could have made $5,000 or $7,000 and you wait, the market catches up, and now you're either back at break even or you're actually losing, and now you're actually underwater on your car like you were before because the market has caught up. That's the problem that's happening right now is, you know, and these are for people that are planning on selling their car or flipping their car. You know, like me, I like to go through cars fairly quickly. So this works out for me very, very, very good. For you guys that plan to keep your car for a long time, which is typically anywhere between 5 to 10 years, this entire conversation is irrelevant to you, right? This is for folks that maybe buy cars, they keep them for 2, 3, 4 years, and then like to flip them and hopefully break even after 3 years. Well, right now you don't have to wait that long, right? You just don't, because the market is just so crazy. Now, what we do have to all understand is that this moment in time is extremely rare. If you ask anybody out there, this has never happened. Cars do not appreciate in value, guys. They depreciate. It's something that you buy that is a depreciating liability. It's not even an asset, honestly. It's not a real asset if the car's completely paid off. When, to be honest with you, most of us, including myself, and I know some of you guys own your car outright, which is awesome, and you have the title, but the reality is most of us, you know, are financed through a bank, and we don't own the cars. And we send payments to these cars, and the payment that we send pretty much, you know, you're not really sending much because the car is depreciating so much that it's hard to catch up. Which again, this gives you the opportunity right now to get out of this, right? Because if you are in the hole, you can get out of the hole right now. You can do it. You just gotta, you know, time it. Do you have the right timing? Do you wait? Do you stay around and kick tires a little longer and see what happens? That's your choice right now, right? But the reality is most of us right now, because of the current market conditions, are literally driving our cars for free. Like, no joke, no kidding. We are driving our cars for free. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna close out the vlog. I said a lot, but again, I just wanted to put that out there. You know, do you sell? Do you not sell? Do you keep your car? Do you love your car? If you love your car and you're in this for the long haul, don't do anything. Why would you do anything? Keep your car, enjoy your cars. You know, I'm enjoying them, but you know, it's just we're in a weird transition in the automobile sector for sure. And you know, how long is this gonna last? Are some of us gonna kick ourselves 2 years down the line when we could have sold these cars and made $10,000 or $8,000, and now instead of making 8 or 10, we're losing 8 to 10,000, which is crazy, right? Think about it. Most of us would probably be $8 to $10,000 in the hole with these cars, because that's the way cars depreciate the minute you drive off the lot. So not only are you not losing $8 to $10,000 today in the car market, you're actually making an additional maybe $3,000 to $5,000, $7,000 on top of what you originally paid. So when you add it all together, you're actually over, you know, potentially $10,000, $15,000 between what you would have lost historically, what the market has told us for many, many decades, till now, where you're not only not losing, you're making. Just freaking incredible. There you go, guys. If you're enjoying this content, again, please hit the thumbs up, turn on your notification, and share when you can. And I'll continue to post more vlogs like this. I'm really enjoying your comments, so make sure you comment down below. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. You know, are you gonna sell your car? Are you gonna hold on to it? Are you gonna wait? Or are you a person that likes to keep your cars forever? That's awesome too, right? So let me know. Happy Sunday, football Sunday. Be smart. Peace out.